What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of The Never Ever Met. I know that this review is late, but your girl has been real busy this weekend, for sure. It's BET weekend in LA, and yeah, I had a lot of things going on. But let's go ahead and get into this review. I'm not about to go play by play. We're going to break this down by couples. First people I want to talk about is Ty and Brittany. Y'all, we start this episode off with Brittany still trying to justify how she was trying to protect Ty. Girl, in what world? In what world were you actually trying to protect him? And protect him from what? This is all about you and your embarrassment. Please be so for real about yourself. And we did happen to see Jay call her out to be like, girl, do you not see what you be doing around this house? Like, you sit up here and you smiling and you skinning and grinning in every other man's face. You don't pay Ty no attention. And she absolutely don't. Like, the fact that this girl sat up here and said, you know, that's just how I move. Girl, so you think that it's okay that you be over there rubbing and touching and tickling everybody else's man, but you don't touch yours? You don't even look Ty's way? And like Alexis said, like, girl, that man wants to be touched by you and you're not even willing to do it. Like, the fact that that girl sat up there in them girls' faces was like, I move in silence. Girl, stop playing with us. Like, be so for real about yourself. It's frustrating watching Brittany because this girl really thinks that she's doing absolutely no wrong. She wants Ty to cater to her in every way and don't want to give that man nothing in return. Like, it's really disgusting, honestly. And then for us to see the playback of her not only touching Cinco, I hope that y'all peeped that. It wasn't just Cinco. She was also touching all on Chris. So, girl, did you think that at some point you was going to leave with somebody else's man? We trying to figure out what your game plan was. Because we know that you never liked Ty. I think that she liked the online attention from Ty. Well, you know, like texting and the social media of it all and sending videos, all of that shit. You like that. You like the phone calls. But you don't really like that man. Like, I am really trying to understand this girl. But I can't seem to grasp anything. So, it gets to the point where her and Jay are kind of going back and forth. And Jay is like, girl, you're going to look like a promiscuous whore. I said, not a whore. Wait a second, not a whore. Do I think that she looks like a promiscuous whore? No. However, it does give the audience a quick little side eye to be like, what's going on with her? Because she don't even look at her man, but she smiling in everybody else's face, touching all on everybody else. Like, I just don't understand her. So it gets to the point where Jay tells her, hey, you can go ahead and leave if you don't like it. She walks out the kitchen and Ty ends up coming in. And I can't think of who it was. I think it was Alexis. It was like, oh, you need to go talk to her. He said, I'm done talking to her. I am done because whenever I talk to this lady, things always go south. And honestly, I understand his frustrations. Because Brittany, she wants everything to go her way. Everything that Ty does is wrong. And that's not even the truth at all. That's far from it. Like, it's really disgusting to watch if we want to be honest. So we get to the next day, right? They have this conversation, and for some reason, I think in her confessional, she's like, you know, Ty is really going to have to say something to make me want to, like, stick around. Girl, what are you talking about? Like, you're the one who's in the wrong right now. You're mad because he was honest while you was over there trying to play at his face continuously? Girl, get a grip. So they decide that this ain't working. They're going to go home, right? Cool. So, of course, whenever the couples, they decide to go home, usually they say bye to everybody. Oh, not Brittany. Baby, Brittany had a fucking attitude. She walked right on past everybody. Okay? Everybody. Even people who wasn't even, like, going at her. She walked past them. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. You didn't have to do everybody like that because Alexis didn't, you know, do you no harm. Kiki damn sure didn't do you no harm because literally Kiki was really offended. She's like, oh, wait, she just didn't say bye. So when Brittany went to go pack her bag or whatever, we saw the only person that she talked to was Charlie. Only person that she rocked with was Charlie. And I guess they were like, besties while they were in the house. What was crazy to me was that when she was walking back out, Kiki was standing right there. Kiki said bye to her. That bitch just walked right past. I was like, yo, that's some fucked up shit. Because Kiki didn't do nothing to you. Kiki wasn't even up in there. So I'm not understanding why you coming at her sideways. Like, I can understand the way, if this was Tatiana, I would understand her leaving in this way. Because Tatiana, hell, everybody was laughing at her behind her back. But in this situation, I'm like, what the fuck are you mad at everybody for? That's weird. I'm glad that Brittany and Ty are going. Ty, I feel like you may have the potential to meet somebody who actually likes you. Brittany, you need to go work on yourself. Moving on from there, because I want to talk about Charlie and Jared real quick. They had some quick little scene where she's like, oh, I realize that I think that he's just, playing up to my emotions and he's just saying whatever he thinks I want to hear. It's like, duh. Like, what took you so long to figure that out? Y'all should have been out the door, honestly, episode 1. Episode 1 or 2, y'all both should have been out the door. Moving on from there, I'm going to jump on to Jay and Cinco. So, here's the thing. They've had conversations where we're trying to figure out where are we going to move, right? Jay lives in Chicago. He lives in Atlanta. He's adamant for her to come live in Atlanta. My issue with this is that you already know that she has a kid. All of her support system is in Chicago. The fact that you just want her to just pick up and move and be like, okay, I get that your son is 4, but he can make new friends. Whoa, it don't even work like that. You could have at least given her the option to be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? How about maybe over like a holiday weekend or like a few weeks over the summer, or let's do spring break for your child. So that way he can get, used to coming down to Atlanta. There was no compromise. And that shit pissed me off. Because I'm like, Cinco, what are we doing here? You know that she has a kid and all of her family is in Chicago. If that girl picks up, move her entire life down there, and y'all don't work out, that's not going to be cool. Because then, again, she doesn't have a support system, so she's going to have to pack up and go back to Chicago. Also, at the same time, it's not even like he's presenting it as, well, the Atlanta school system is really great. They have good programs for kids. There's a lot of opportunity in Atlanta. He's not even presenting it as that. It's just I want you in my city. Sir, do better. So we do see them go on a date. I don't understand why we can only get one date per episode and everybody on the cast don't even get to go on a date. Like, where's Charlie and Jared going? Where is Kiki and Brandon going? We've yet to see them go on solo dates. It's not making sense. But Jay and Cinco, they go on this date where they're going to make perfumes or whatever. And it was a cute little date. I'm still trying to figure out what scent does Cinco like. Because at first he was like, oh yeah, I like whatever she like. However, I don't know what question that lady was asking. Because at one point he's like, yeah, I like tacos. Sir, there's never going to be a fragrance where people are saying they smell like tacos. What's going on here? Like, did she ask what your favorite food was? I'm not understanding. But that was pretty much them. They need to figure out where they're going to move. And honestly, I would rather hear them talk about that than some of the other conversations that these people are having, because at least they're thinking about how are they going to move outside of this show, outside of this vacation, as the cast members like to call it. Y'all, Alexis and Chris, they gave us nothing this episode. And let's go ahead and move on to Kiki and Brandon. Baby, when I tell y'all Kiki got on my nerves, Kiki got on my nerves. My God. So her whole thing is, my best friend is coming, so I'm going to wait to tell Brandon about my ex. And I'm just like, you could have told this man weeks ago at this point. So her best friend gets there. Now, girl, I don't know what's going on with your name spelling, but it was absolutely Mayua. I don't know if you want to go by Maya now, because I read that name 12 times. In no way, shape, or form is that pronounced Maya. I said, that is Mayua. But okay, girl. So her friend gets there, and I feel like no offense, her friend justifies her behaviors. Like, at no point did the friend be like, damn, girl, how you gonna be up in this house all this time and you ain't told him you was with your ex? She was just kind of like, oh, well, maybe he did some dirt too. The fact that Kiki is hoping that Brandon did some dirty shit on her is crazy, just to justify her still living with her ex. I'm like, girl, what type of toxic stuff are you into? So, Brandon's brother come, right? And here's the thing. I don't know why a lot of people feel like his brother was rude. I don't feel that way. Alexis goes to the door. He's like, oh, I'm here for Brandon. She's like, oh, okay. And then she tries to have small talk. That man said, where's my brother? He don't know you. Your response should have been like, oh, you're here for Brandon? Let me go get him. Period. That boy don't know you. He ain't trying to know you. Like, be so for real. Then for her to be like, well, I thought I could just show you around the house. Alexis, why the fuck would you be showing him around the house? That's not your job. Go get his brother and stop playing in our face. Then for her to be like, oh, where are you from? And he asks her, where do you think I'm from? I don't think he was being shady. Girl, if you know that that's my brother, why wouldn't you think that we're from the same place? Like, again, why are we over here trying to make small talk with this boy? He don't know you. He only here for probably an hour worth of time. Please stop. So, Brandon and his brother talk. And basically, he's telling him, like, he likes Kiki. However, Kiki has her ways with drinking. And we learn a little bit more about Brandon. And basically, he had to grow up really fast because with his stepfather's drinking getting out of control, he had to kind of step up and help raise his siblings when he was about 15 years old. So he's already done the whole taking care of people while people are drunk. He's over that part of his life. And when they sat down and met with each other, and then Kiki first they talk about the drinking. I'm going to talk about that first. And he's like, I learned a lot about Kiki. I learned it's like her way or no way. But I also learned she has a drinking problem. And she's like, what do you mean a drinking problem? I don't have a drinking problem. Kiki, let's be honest. When you said you could throw back like 6-7 shots and have other drinks on top of that, girl, you're doing something. Now, again, she compares this to a vacation. And I feel like this show is going to have to do some restructuring for it to come back and make sense. Because these people should not be feeling like, oh my God, it's a vacation. Because everybody felt that way on this season. Like, they should actually have to do some activities and put in the work to see if this relationship can work. Nonetheless, Kiki kind of gets everybody on her side about the drinking. Because they're like, okay, well, if you go on a cruise or something, you'll be drinking all day, so whatever. Okay, we move on from that. Then we get into Kiki and her bullshit. Kiki reveals that, she was living with her ex for pretty much the whole time that she was talking to Brandon. Pretty much the whole time, y'all. And this is the crazy part. Brandon's brother reveals that Brandon tried to come see that girl 4 times. 4 times. And basically, she flaked on his ass every time. I'm just like, Kiki, there's no justifying your behavior. I don't care what you say at this point. That man tried with you. However, you decided that you were still hung up on your ex, but you still wanted the attention of another man. Like, girl, you tried to play the game. And I don't feel bad if Brandon walks away from your ass. Because at this point, he's pissed off about it. Because it's like, you played in my face this whole time. And on top of that, y'all, when we see them the next day having breakfast together, and he brought up the fact that, like, yo, when we played that game and they said, did anybody have secrets? Why didn't you raise your hand? She sat up there saying, oh, well, I didn't have a secret. I just withheld information. Kiki, you're not making this any better. You're really not. Like, you wanted him to cheat on you. You wanted him to have all this shit in the background going on. But that's not what it was. Now, do I feel like Brandon actually, like, slept with somebody else? He could have. But honestly, that don't compare to Kiki living with her ex. Because let's call it think. If she was living with him, then she absolutely was probably sleeping with her ex. They were still in a relationship. It's very clear. It's very evident. We can see it. So at this point, Brandon's asking her, like, so are we walking away? And she's like, oh, like for breakfast? No, bitch. We're walking away from each other. We're done. Like, I don't understand why she wanted to blow over. Girl, how do you feel like you want this to completely blow over? Don't let these people in this goddamn house play in your face talking about, oh, you left your boyfriend in February? I mean, it's the summer, so that's not bad. Yet you've been talking to Brandon for 4 years. No, it was not okay. At this point, I feel like everybody in that house is so fucking messy. You know what I'm saying? They don't care if y'all do good or bad. They don't. At the end of the day, if people fucking up their relationship, it's entertainment for them. Kiki, you got a lot of growing up to do. I don't care how soft-spoken you are. You got some ways about yourself that you need to work on. Like, seriously. Brandon, I feel like you could probably do better than Kiki. Because she just don't treat you right. Hell, she another one who's not affectionate with that man. I'm just so confused by these people. But y'all, that was pretty much the Never Ever Met. We gonna see what happens on this last episode. Like I said, they need to do some restructuring on this show. Seriously. Because the show technically is not bad, but we definitely don't need a host. Like, I would rather them do the whole text message thing that they do, or send like a gift basket with tasks for them to do, or something. We don't need a host because she adds nothing. There needs to be more therapy sessions, for sure. Like, I don't know. There just needs to be some restructuring. There need to be more dates. This show can be a lot better. But y'all, that is my review. This is probably my shortest review for this show, but it is what it is. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.